Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. That's crunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at Skim, and to that end we provide you a Podcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox 2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP.
So what I learned about the episode that just went up last night is you can hear cleanly the spoon scrape the bowl. I would try to be better about that. But other than that, the sound quality in this place pretty decent, but that's on me. You, the listener, I would ask you to share that with me and let me know what you think. But it stays Crunchy Milk's episode 314. We in the building, 230 Huron Road East. Come to confines of Susy Soups once more.
Did the library never get back to us?
No, and I was supposed to call them. I have not. But also didn't get a YouTube claim on this lovely background you hear, which is insane because the first song as I listened to that was definitely the Beatles. And I was like, oh, maybe they gonna claim me quick. We'll see if that comes back around. But here we are. I got Tatum 216.
Hello.
And Lunchbox 2099
In the building.
We're recording on an off day because Aunt and I had to work through our normal situation.
Yeah, like we haven't really had extra work to do in years. The last time we did have like this amount of work, Lunch was sitting like 2 seats behind you, or a couple seats behind you when he was working in another department. So it's been a while, but so much has happened since then.
I think I was like 2 rows next to you. I was like 1 row next to you, like, and then like 4 or 5 seats back, and then
he was like cat corner.
Yeah, he was like a row over.
Well, when the overtime comes, people, especially when it's a 3-check month.
Oh yeah,
you work the overtime.
That's part of why I was pissed about having to call off work yesterday, because I didn't take a lunch on Tuesday when you guys said that you were working.
Mm-hmm.
I just sat at my desk and ate and did emails, so I lost my OT for for calling off yesterday.
You can't
and then I'm not coming in Saturday now.
Oh. I was just about to ask that question.
Yeah, fuck working straight time.
You know what? I was saying I was on that tip saying that, but then I was just like, it's still extra money. It's not as it's not that good. But
well, I mean, I made alternate plan. Like my stepdad called me yesterday, and some elderly lady that my brother knew. Apparently, I don't know if she passed away or if she was just getting rid of this or whatever. But apparently, she had front-loading washer and dryer. They're like almost brand new that I'm being gifted. So, like, he was asking if I was available Saturday for them to bring it over. I was like, sure. And I only really need the dryer because the washing machine that I have, I bought myself like a year and a half ago. No, it was about 3 years now because I bought it when I got the house.
Yeah.
So,
can you sustain having 2 of them? Because like I know like
you mean like store the other one?
No.
Because like, what would I need a second washer for?
Man, you do have rumors.
Laundromat that bitch. It's like we can all wash clothes, get it in. But it's probably difficult to have that all 2 washing machines hooked up at once. I don't know if you have
yeah, that's what I was asking.
The plugs and hoses capacity for that.
Because I mean, I know the house I grew up in. My grandmother lived upstairs, and we lived downstairs. So we've always had, except now, in a regular house, I've always had the option to. I can't use you using this washer, but I can use the other one.
Okay.
But
I thought about maybe just selling. Like first, hooking them up and seeing if they actually work and everything's cool on them.
Yeah.
And then maybe seeing if I could just sell the other one. Because it kind of comes down to the thought of like not keeping a shit ton of clutter in my house.
For sure.
So right now, I have the dryer that I was gifted like a year ago by my stepdad. And then I still have the fucking dryer that was in the house when I bought the place. Like, my stepdad was supposed to take it, and he hasn't come and gotten it. So I brought that up on the phone call. So when this other dryer comes in, I will have 3 dryers in my house.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if he got the capacity to bring it over, he probably has the capacity to take it out, right? One of them 3?
Yeah, I was just more concerned in that he's dealing with a bunch of injuries.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his lifting capabilities are these days. Like,
So he's gonna be doing it all.
I don't know if it's gonna like be me and my brother lifting it all and all that kind of shit. And I don't know like what kind of room they're gonna have and whatever vehicle they're bringing over. Like I don't know all the details.
Okay.
It's funny to me. I know you got more than one brother, but I can just picture your 11-year-old brother just doing all the work.
I can't imagine him doing a single thing
But
other than holding a PlayStation controller.
maybe he does it, but then his nose starts bleeding when he's using his telekinesis.
If I knew he had those powers, I'd let him come over more often.
No, but then you would have to. It would be like a whole montage. Are you teaching him how to do it right? Like, no.
That's the thing. I have to get him on my side.
Yeah, get him on your side and get him to use his powers for good and not evil.
Yeah, that's up for debate.
Pretty much like Deadpool 2, but it's your brother.
I like this. I like where this is all pointing at.
I feel like we need a laugh track on in this location. It's too quiet in here. Them old ladies, I miss them laughing for no reason.
Well, oh hey, because again, I just put this episode up, so it's fresh in my mind. Let's play you catch up on my child and his friend who's now looking like I don't know. I'm not happy with him right now.
All right, let's hear it.
So last Saturday, out of nowhere, I get a rapid at my house door, and I'm like,
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Tapping at my door.
and they like, it's I said his name is Dylan. It's Dylan's mom.
No.
Like, are Dylan and Xander here? And I go, I saw Xander earlier. Yeah, Xander here. I don't know about Dylan. I truly didn't know about Dylan. Mm-hmm. And she goes, well, do you know where his whatever is? I'm like, let me go see. It had been on at the desk at the house for a minute, and I was like, no, I don't see it here. Let me go ask Xander. I go up there. Xander sleeping on the floor. Dylan sleeping in his bed. They both came over early as fuck. But in the middle of that, she tells me, I got home at 12:30 last night, and they weren't there. And I was like, oh, really? Well, like, this is going to be a problem for this child, so let me go get him just to clarify points. I see Dylan's there, so I'm like, boy, wake up, your mama here. Didn't know he was there again. But and finally get Dylan up, because children waking children up is difficult. And he goes, Xander about to follow him downstairs. I just literally put my hand on Xander's shoulder. I'm like, hold on. Let's talk. Let's close the door. I'm like, where was you at 12:30 last night? I was with Dylan. I go, and where were y'all at last night at 12:30? We was on Westlake at Dylan's girlfriend's house. I'm like, what the fuck, boy?
He was in Westlake.
Yeah. How did you get to Westlake? We rode bikes.
Whoa. That is...
You know where I live. You know where Westlake is. It's a couple of cities over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going westward bound.
So probably like an hour bike drive almost.
Wouldn't doubt it. And I'm like, I can never be my mama. I never want to be just going with full rage, because that just it led to me having a poor childhood in some situations. So I was just like, you go to bed, and you stay your ass in this room. And we will discuss this later, because I had to stop myself.
Let's revisit this, because this won't be. Everything will come out of anger.
And so I'm like, he has no actual explanation for it. I get it. His boy wanted to go see his girlfriend, and I guess her mama or daddy wasn't there, so whatever.
And would one girl come? Maybe comes two.
Nah, because it was a bunch of dudes. It was a bunch of dudes over there hanging out with him, saying, because they was all like, fuck, we'll just go out to Westlake. And I'm like, let's go over the wrongs of this, son. way past curfew. You can just go ahead and you can straight up get arrested, which means they coming for me because that's how curfew works around this town. They come to parents.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that element of it. It's a curfew in the city.
Yeah. Bikes on whatever street. I mean, I guess you can get to Westlake via some thoroughfares. You can get to Westlake on Lorraine or something.
Well, straight up Detroit.
Yeah. Well, see, Detroit wilding though, because Detroit don't do nothing straight. Once it gets out of Lakewood, it curves and then it just starts curving. So it start doing anything.
It goes straight though again once you get through like Rocky River.
Shit, that's even.
Yeah,
funny.
but then it's like it's all nothing but dark and graveyards over there. It's just spooky as fuck down there.
Yeah, like a lot of the roads too are like 1-lane roads for a while with like just a bunch of trees and shit. So at night, if you have like a bike squad rolling down there,
That's a hell of an adventure, though.
that's the thing. Like I'm taking
dope as fuck. Really.
That's the thing I'm taking from the beginning of this is like, man, these kids got a lot of energy and a lot of willingness to be able to bike that far. Because my ass wouldn't have been doing that shit. So I'm kind of having a hard time being mad.
Yeah, and I would definitely ask him. It had to be something like I don't know. I know if I was involved, because it does sound like a mission that we would have been on when we was younger. It had to be more girls there.
So
You're like, you'd be lucky to get me to text a woman back right now, and he's willing to bike a couple cities over.
he don't. Xander keeps shit to himself with me. Mm-hmm. But he'll spill his guts to Vanessa. The good part about having her presence and her being a mom-like presence in his life. You know what I'm saying? Now that his mom's gone. So I'm like, hey. She was going somewhere. I think she's doing like a food run or whatever. I'm just like, she's going to Mark's to get some groceries. She had to finish the grocery shop that she bought, whatever.
The God store.
Yeah. So I'm like, take that boy with you and get me an explanation. Because I already knew what it was. I was like, he ain't going to tell me shit. He's going to be like, I'm like, yeah. And
I don't know, Reggie.
And so basically, Dylan's crew was like, we about to go. This is what he tells her. And I'm, again, so this is thus far in our lives, he's been very honest with her. So I'm not going to say my kid lying. But when I tell you this, she's going to be like, I don't know, T. But he says, they said it's about to go. And I was like, bruh, I can't be out on the stroll like this. And they was like, well, you can just stay here without us. And he's like, I ain't trying to stay at Dylan's house by myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand that. I tell this to Vanessa. And she tells him this response, like, but that she just hit me up. Like, I don't care. I'll get up in the middle of anywhere and just come get you. If anything, I would have dropped them little punk ass kids off. And I don't care.
What is it about your guys' dynamic that you feel like he feels like he can't tell you these things? Like you have to go through an intermediary. It
is very much, and again, this is something I have read upon and studied on, and I have have other parents tell me the same thing. Teenage boys aren't forthcoming. They just aren't.
Oh yeah, man. That's true because I didn't tell anybody shit.
Yeah, and neither did I. And so.
Although I did tell my grandmother everything, but like me and my grandmother, like close. So
yeah.
But so, I was living at my dad's at the time. I didn't tell them anything.
Yeah. So he will tell me most things, and I can just be like, hey, what's going on? How are you? Like I said, that's something he actually put in my head recently. Like, hey, make sure you ask how is he. And if something is wrong, tell me that. So I literally take the example Anthony's giving me and use it for my kid, even though my kid is, 11 years older than his kids. You know what I'm saying? His oldest kid. Because it's a technique. I'm like, it's something I had not been doing. I ask him, how are you? And he'll say, I'm fine. I just leave it be. I'm like, wait a minute, let's add a layer to that. And so I've been doing that more, and that does help bring shit out. I've noticed. And it's not that I'm worried about it. It's okay that he has Vanessa because it's not like Vanessa's like gonna hold it back from me. It's good. He needs a mom. And that's I
get all that. Yeah. And like I think that's fine. But like you've been his dad his entire life. Vanessa's only been around for the last couple of years.
And that's just like me meeting you the first day I met you and spilling my guts. It's kind of nice to be having somebody you just spill your guts to.
I feel like as close as we are, I kind of feel like I'm easy. I found myself, I can talk to women easier. I was raised by my father, but my father was, when he was, in his active year, he was out fucking and smoking weed. He wasn't really, I don't know. Because, my dad was the type of person where he just wanted to be my buddy my whole life. but I still find myself easier talking to women.
Yeah.
That could be his thing. Like talking to women, I don't know. I feel like it depends the type of woman. Sometimes women are less judgy, talking about stuff as far as like just naturally talking.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why people tell me everything. Because I was, you know,
You were raised by your grandma.
predominantly raised by women.
Yeah.
Your
Like
feminine
stepmom. Yeah, like, so the way I talk to people comes off across as feminine.
Yeah.
So people like find me reassuring.
Let's find another word for that. Like not necessarily. Let's say like not necessarily feminine, but like welcoming. Like, cause like yeah, I would say welcoming. Like the way women talk, women. Like their whole conversation is different than ours. It's like, hey, how you doing? All right, I'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Women like detail oriented when they're talking to you. Like they know how to get like, you know, get the gist of things, and like it's intuition based almost. Like I know not to ask about this, so I'm gonna ask about this the back way, and just to try to get the conversation going. I think it actually works both ways because like I feel like, you know, not even trying to like hook up with girls, like being able just to talk to them like on a natural basis, like has been important to my life to have sex with women. Like just being able to be like, you know, oh, he ain't asking about, you know, the normal dude stuff, so maybe I should be fucking him. Is sometimes what I've come across.
What would be normal dude stuff?
Like
what that mouth do?
yeah, or even if they weren't that direct, maybe it's like, hey, you know, you get off at 10. What are you doing? When I'm just like, okay.
I think like dudes though tend to avoid that sort of sensitivity, I guess, in that like most of the time if they're talking to them, I would think that it is a sexual based thing, and they feel like if they go ride the rails of actually talking, that it's too close to the friend zone street. So that's why they go with what that mouth do.
But see, that's the thing though. Like I've never been friend zoned before. Never. Like
you're just too goddamn cute.
I mean, I don't think I'm goddamn cute. I mean, okay, maybe I don't think I'm ugly, but at the same time, it's just like I've never been I don't put myself in that situation. I know how to be like direct.
I feel like I've learned over the years is you can't fear the line. You just have to be willing to accept that sometimes it's going to happen, and you can't let it change who you are.
I agree with that somewhat, but I just feel like I don't know. I remember me and T had this conversation a long time ago about like women who shave, and we were saying like I was saying like I've never really dated a woman who didn't shave, maybe because...
Are we talking like the landing zone or like their legs?
Everywhere. We'll say everywhere for you.
Okay.
I was like, well, like I go after a certain type of woman, so I never have to worry about that outside box. Like, if you're always like in... Let me say, okay, for example, when you're going for a job, if you're always going for the upper echelon job, you don't have to worry about the other stuff like, oh, well, I don't have good insurance and I don't have this and I don't have that, because you're always in the upper range, so you're always, you know, shooting from the outside, so you always gonna get you always have a higher score. Like, always aim up and you never have to worry about what's down there. But how do we fucking get? Yeah, we were talking about just talking to women.
Yeah, in general, why my kid does not share his all with me.
I feel like,
and what it is I'm fine with that. In fact, I think I'm better for it, because when he does come calling, like I said, when the story that I'm saying, when he called me like because he needed to be like, I'm struck out here in the streets, then he knows when to call me. I know he knows it, and I like that. And I'm like, look, sometimes it's a full on dad move. And let me get a hold of dad. Sometimes it's not.
I understand that, but I feel like you can't let yourself get comfortable with this, because like, yes, like yeah, he came to you for some emergency shit, but like you need to kind of like have an in-depth conversation with him. Like, look, things are only gonna get tougher. This is this level of thing. This is like, you know, you came home at 12:30. That's not acceptable, my man. Like. That could have been worse.
Oh, but I'm telling you a story. I have not arrived there.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, before we go further on the story, like, and part of why I brought it up was because, like, And I mean, knock on wood, like nothing ever happens and you guys remain happy or whatever. But like, what happens if, like, I don't know, 4 years from now, you and Vanessa decide that like your guys' relationship's over and she leaves and he doesn't have that buffer anymore and you haven't developed that kind of relationship with him. I think you're further down. He's like in his like late teens, college, and you guys don't have that kind of relationship and he needs to talk to you about that.
All right, so let's walk through this. This is my son, who I've been with since the moment he was born. I'm not saying I don't have a good relationship with him.
Oh, we're not saying that.
I'm saying in these situations, in this particular situation, I'm telling you, in this one situation, I allowed her to have this. Not in all situations this worked like this, but this particular one, it had to be this way because I knew where I was at in it. It was a fucked up place. I was mad at his friend. I was mad at him. Second time in a row that his friend, his little buddy, done got him in some bullshit. So I'm like, have a talk with him. And I asked it of her. It's not normally how it works, but it is me asking. It was me indeed literally asking it of her. Because then she gets out with anything that is an emergency or anything I have to know. And then me, I can just talk to him about curfew, cops, the dangers of all this bullshit. How I'm not too happy with his buddy right now because that's twice now his buddy done put him in a state that is like, no, it's not cool, and so forth. Then I have to be dadding, and that's the other thing. Like I said, I like that I like that Vanessa has developed this mom touch. It's taking her some time to get here because she is confused and swayed by the whole notion of it because she's like, what is my role in this? And so it finally had to come down to me saying, this is your role because you are my partner. And look, yeah, life shit happens and who knows, but I'm not going nowhere. And I'm not sending her anywhere, and apparently she ain't going nowhere. So right now I'm saying this is my life's partner, apparently. So she will be hopefully involved in my life, my children's life for the rest of our days together. And that is the plot and the scheme. But in this instance, like I said, I needed that soft touch, so I'm not just going to fuck off of my kid for his ill thought out situation. Y'all heard it, y'all like, man, that do sound like a hell of a Goonies type adventure. Yes, it does. But I can't look at it like Goonies type adventure. I got to be like, bruh, these are the things that could happen to you in these situations.
Yeah.
And in this day and time, and I'm constantly worried about. I worry about cops from myself at this point. And so it's like I'm constantly worried that I'm not worried about like white supremacists showing up and getting my kid. I'm not worried about I am certainly worried about bad drivers fucking my kid, but I always worry about police officers because they literally killed an 11-year-old boy in his hood for just playing with a toy gun.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think.
So that's always my fear. So I'm always literally fearful that some cop is gonna pop my kid, which I am, and his buddies would just be standing there like, he just wanted to go see a girl.
Yeah, they won't know what to do in that situation.
Exactly.
But I just kind of feel like when we took classes about handling a baby, I think it goes the full length. And I'm not saying that you don't have that finesse. I'm just saying like make sure like you gotta maybe just talk more. Like I feel like if my mother. I mean, me and my mother have a really, really good relationship. But I kind of feel like when I was a kid, if my mother had talked to me in the good times, like after shit slow down and after the initial, you fucked up. When I'm not fucking up, let's have some conversations then, like where we could both be on the level. Like you're not in trouble. I just want to talk to you.
But I also do that, and that's also been a real fun part of this learn how to drive situation. It has been more me and him time.
Yeah,
and just me sitting there saying, let's you and I chat here. This as you go into this second year of high school, as we get closer to having to make some maneuvers about college and so forth. I get him every night from band practice, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's what it literally is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So that gives he and I some more time together, and that has been it's been real good. I think for both of us to be able to say, okay, what's going on? What's the ups and downs of this? What are you excited about? What are you not excited about it? What you know what I'm saying? What's weighing on you and so forth. So that's been kind of dope. So I remain on that, and I've been on that since their mom passed. I've been like I have made a point to be like I will be the parent I wished my mama could have been for me, but she couldn't be for me. She was all by her lonesome and had her own like shit she was going through. Yeah, and so that's things that we arrive at and hindsight.
Later on in life,
2020 all the times, and so I. Have been making it a point to try to like make sure like let me just be what I didn't have because it's not that I was bad in high school. I really wasn't. I was boring because we were poor and I couldn't do anything, and I'm scared of the world. My children aren't scared. They are very adventurous and you know what I'm saying, and so forth. So it's like, because they don't have that fear in them that I did. Again, this is where I'm helpful to have a Vanessa, because Vanessa is not fearful of anything, was never fearful for anything. She lived out in the country and all they did was do wild ass shit. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's kind of I feel like it's a universal looking out for me kind of situation. Like, this is the woman you probably need by your side to help you get through raising kids that are they're like you in a lot of ways, but not like you in a lot of other ways. And
I think she's fearful of things, but she gets through that by diving in head first.
Her fears and anxieties are different than my own. I am scared of heights and roller coasters. Then she'll just take on the goddamn world. I feel like a general fear of police officers is just, I don't know. It's like, I think it's all of us at this point. But you know what I'm saying? My fears aren't her fears, and her fears aren't my fears, and I think that's helpful in that situation, because it makes my children, like, they have an example, or she can oftentimes have a tale, because Vanessa got a mouth on her, so you always can have a story about something.
She has a yarn.
Yeah.
To spin.
But it's also me telling my children, and have always told my children, hey man, I want you to go to that school dance, because I didn't go to those school dances. Never did. Not one. And so I tell Xander, I literally have forced him, and sometimes, like, go do that dance, get out there, dress up nice, go have a good time. It'll be nice. And he comes back, and I don't think not once did he come back to me and say that shit was whack. You know what I'm saying? A good time is to be had. That's how I parent in a lot of situations. I'm supportive. I nudge when I got to. I try to explain why they're in the position they are, if they've done dirt. Like, look, why is this wrong? And have them explain to me back to me, like, look, why was this dirty? What was going on here? They got assignments due, first day of school, they're summer reading assignments. And we've been on that shit now for like about a month straight. Whose reading assignment is actually done? Now, they both claim to have done this. But today when I get home, and I will get home, and I'll be like, hey, man, did you go print that? Okay, so why not? And in fact, when I get back to my desk, I'll make it a point to give them both a text and be like, hey, handle your business.
So what happened with Dylan when you sent him, went downstairs?
Literally, he left with his mama. Mm-hmm. His mama snatched his ass up. He was supposed to be in a football practice. The football coach called her and be like, where your boy at? And that's why she came. This
dude plays every sport, huh?
That's why she came to look. And that's why when we talked about her last time in this very situation, I was like, I cannot believe she is not carrying in some situation, because these things are expensive. You got to pay a lot of money for both these things. So she has to be loving in some ways. Plus, like I said, she came through like, yo, they ain't here. I really wish she would have, when she came home that 12:30 one night before, she would have been able to hit me up and been like, hey, they not here. If you seen them, that would have been nice. Because I guess they eventually did show back up at his house, and they slept the rest of the night. And then when he was supposed to go to football, you know what I'm saying, Xander was like, well, I'm going to go home, you go to football, keep it moving. But then Dylan was like, I'm skipping football, man. I'm going back to sleep because I'm tired, because you've been up all night with your boo thing. So he
all his tats.
Yeah. So yeah. So his mama snatched him up, and like I said, and like I said, Xander has that's another thing. He knew he was dirty, he knew he was wrong. So he kind of just like yes, you will be. You just stay in that room for a little bit, be on some actual punishment. I'm not a real punishy dad. I will take phones. I will do all that shit there if need be, but I'm not that dad.
I don't know. The amount that you say that they go out, it seems like putting them on room lockdown would be kind of a punishment.
Exactly. That's the guy. So that's pretty much what it is. But see, room lockdown for two children who have everything in their rooms, less punishment you think it is. So what you do is you make them sit with you instead. Here, come stay with me. Watch this whatever boring shit I'm watching on YouTube and suffer through it.
That or you turn the Wi-Fi off.
Then I'm fucking my own self up. Why would I do that?
You have a phone with unlimited data.
Yeah, my situation is often like that. Like, you can't watch TV, so I can't watch TV.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah. Like I saw a tweet the other day. There was a girl was on punishment from her mom. She's only
she's famous now, bro.
Yeah. So the mom took the phone away. Mm-hmm. Then the girl got on the DS and was using Twitter on the DS. The mom found it because the Twitter says where the tweets come from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then she went and took the DS. Then the girl started tweeting from the smart fridge.
So hilarious. Yeah, I'd seen that, of course. That became a CBS story. I want to say this morning or yesterday, so I had to laugh. So yeah, you just you gotta start snatching some things up.
I remember like very, very infrequently did I ever get punished for anything because I was pretty much did what I was asked and I kept my mouth shut. But I remember my dad wanted us to clean the house one time, and all he had to do was ask. Yeah. But instead, he decided to like punish us in a way, and so he took the power cord from the PlayStation and hit it until like we were done.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, it's completely unnecessary. But I guess do you, boo boo.
Then he got a story he can tell us, man, I took that PlayStation controller.
Yeah, my thing is like, honestly, like, we may have grumbled a little bit, and like me, probably, I grumbled on the inside, not as much as the younger kids. Like, but like, shit would get done. Like, my sisters were the ones that would like throw a temper tantrum, and like, whenever it came time to clean the house, it was me, my brother, and the step cousin cleaning the house. And then my sisters, all they ever had to clean was their own fucking room because it was always so messy that they would spend the entire time cleaning just their bedroom and the rest of us clean the entire house.
Yeah, that's the life I live. My daughter's room is a mess. My son's room is his own doing. But that's her thing. She gets all huffy about having to get up and go clean. And then I laugh because that's just me. It's me. Because I remember the same goddamn thing, like, what the fuck you mean I gotta turn this TV off and get up and clean this fucking house? Fuck this house. I'm trying to watch the cartoons over here. But I'm the exact same. She is so me, it is problematic. Because then I see it and I laugh, and I'm like, I can't be laughing because right now I need to be like, you need to be on your bullshit, because don't be me. Be less like me, you little child.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, I got a taste of it in Toronto.
Yeah, so I chuckle at it.
Like, I'll never forget that conversation.
Oh, yeah. Me and her had to sit down and have some words.
I was so close. Like, it was so hard for me not to backtalk a child when like I'm not their parent. Their parent's sitting right there.
I literally had to sit down with her and have a discussion with her on the couch. While Vanessa and Xander were gone, I'm sitting there talking to her. I'm like, look, you got a little motherfucking mouth on you. I think you done forgot what this is. These are adults you are talking to, and you will respect them, and you will act like you have good sense. So yeah, she had to get her conversation too. It's what it is, and I explained to her, like, look, y'all two different people, and I'm gonna treat you different ways, and that's just gonna be what it is. You have to deal with it, but you will respect people, you will respect adults, and you're gonna watch how you talk to anybody. Because Vanessa swears she don't talk to you like that. I'm like, yes, she does. I just don't care. I can't even broach giving a fuck about how my child talks to me. As long as it gets done. I'm not my mama. You ain't gonna talk to me. I'm like, but I know some other people like that. Vanessa being one of them, or other people who like you will talk to me like say in a respectful manner. Whereas I'm just like, I didn't care when I was a child. I care even less now that I'm fucking almost 44 years old. But others do, and that's where I need you to be.
Well, I mean,
you can be.
And the whole thing about that though was like, back in the day, when I would have approached people, like when I was a manager, when I would come to people with things, I had a habit of sometimes coming at them from a way that wasn't correct.
Yeah.
So like they would have sort of a similar reaction. So like, when that happened, I walked away and I have like replayed it in my mind, and I'm just like, did I say something to her that was like upsetting, or was I accusatory, or is she overreacting? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, she's definitely overreacting, because I just asked her if it ripped. I didn't be like, why did you rip that, or why didn't I was just like, was this already like this? And then like she snapped. I was like, no, it's definitely her on that one.
For sure. But also, this is legitimately where my workplace has done me a solid, and they've given me what was described as wait a while training. And what it is learning how to flex the people's the way people basically what is it? Their love language, speaking somebody else's love language,
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, so it's like, in my situation, I'm not telling you what I'm saying. You talk to that child, you got to talk to that child. Because you have spoken to me about this, and you know that you can talk to that child how you need to talk to that child ever going forward. However, it is learning how to talk, learning that certain people you need to speak to in a certain way has probably saved my bacon a couple of times in situations where I'm like, I'm about to come off at somebody. I'm like, wait a minute, let's bend another direction, and let's see where this gets me. And it has worked out for me. It's just in life, and it helps in parenting as well. And so, we get there. So we fast forward to last night. Last night was Xander's band preview. We went there and Dylan's there, but it's like, he didn't even say hi to us. I'm like, yeah, I wonder why he didn't say hi to you. Because I'm like, that is some nonsense. He ain't say hi to her. I'm saying, like, boy, you know how much I take care of your little punk ass. You better come say hi to me. I don't care if you think I am mad at you. But I know what it is. He thinks I'm mad.
Yeah.
And he ain't too wrong, but he's less wrong. But we wrap it up because all of us are there. This is our family. It's like a family outing. You know what I'm saying? We're all donating to the cause and so forth. And that's why, like I said, Tammy came through with her husband and forced all her friends and her husband's brother to come and stuff.
Yeah.
And all to donate to the cause. I'm like, thank you for that. And we leave and we're like far away. You know, Lakewood Park. Lakewood Park is wide and grass, and we just cutting. Because I'm parked off on the little side street, and then all of a sudden Dylan just shows up like, "Hey, Sandra was like, I can't hang out with him no more." I go, "No, but you won't be doing no spending the night for a good long while. But yeah, y'all are good to hang out. You can come over, or he can go to your house, but ain't gonna be no spending the night no more. Okay." Okay, I just want to check. I'm like, all right, bye, Dylan. So, but
I feel like
that's kind of ballsy of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me suck it up and go ass. If I
Maybe
can
Xander was trying to cut the cord and he was trying to use you as a scapegoat.
maybe.
If it comes down to it, hey, whatever.
Sorry, Dylan. My dad said that you can't hang out no more. Well, no, I checked with him. He said it's completely cool that we continue to hang out. Fuck. Damn it, Dad.
I was spent a couple times where I know he didn't want to go to Dylan's house, and Vanessa will text me because I'm like, I'll be at the computer or whatever. She's like, he don't want to go. Just tell him no. I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like, I also can I can kind of feel and see when my kid don't want to go because he'll be like, I don't know. I don't know the situation. As opposed to just saying nah. So in this situation, it's like, I need you to go ahead and stay tonight.
Y'all need to come over to code word.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when me and my brother used to be ready to leave places. We used to do like this. And y'all just need like something like, I think we got to be up by 10:30, right? Or something.
Well, like I said, when you're right, we don't have a built-in code word, but I know my son's flex when he just like, him and all, and I'm like, yeah, you don't want to do this, so it's cool. I got you, Bill, man. Like, nah. And then,
sounds like he's not giving enthusiastic consent.
Also, he can't help but be like, smile. Like he's like, well, what am I to do, man? I'm gonna go upstairs. I'll holler at you. It's like, oh, bro, at least pretend you care. You didn't want to be there in the situation, man. It's
I remember, like, back in the day, I would pretend that I asked.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'd do the old, like, put the phone away from me, like, oh, yeah, man, they said no. I'm so sorry, bro. I tried. I begged and pleaded, and she said no.
Yeah. What was a man to do but go sit on his couch and play the Sega.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I thought that was an interesting follow because, like I said, I literally just edited that show last night, and I was like, oh, how funny! I got some more of that story to go around. I let a little knucklehead, you know I do, but Lord knows I'm like, son, don't follow the motherfucker to his girlfriend's house. They can go to your girlfriend, find you a girlfriend, and go to her house. Y'all can just split off.
The school year is upon us.
I know. I had to chuckle at him like, but that's the thing. Like for this first bit of the school year, which is all just, you know what I'm saying, the marching band. Mm-hmm. That's the time where I'm like, boy, are you kidding me? So they have a. They always go and do a meetup with the other team. Mm-hmm. So the bands come and hang out together. Bullshit. Sometimes play instruments together, whatever. So it's like you always gonna link it with some folk from who don't go to your school. So that's dope. You can meet some strangers and whatever. Holler at them and get some phone numbers if you are so inclined.
Well, that's part of what I was wondering is how the hell did this boy meet this girl from Westlake?
I don't know how Dylan met this girl. I really do. Yeah, bruh. It's like that's 2 school systems away. What's going on there? But yeah. School start next week. By the time you hear this, school will have been in session for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, my son starts school on Monday.
Yeah, and so how long you got? Full days? Or you got like half days?
It's like a half day.
Okay.
But he starts school. I think he's he's said he's nervous about it.
Is it preschool or kindergarten?
It's preschool.
Yeah,
preschool.
Yeah. How you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm excited for him. I'm probably more excited for him than he's excited for himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's his best friend from daycare, Carter. He's not going to be there, and he's like, "Is Carter going to be at the school?" I'm like, "No, Carter's not gonna be there. You're gonna meet other people. It was like, I really don't want him to meet other people. I just want Carter to be there. I was like, well, like Carter doesn't even live in the same county we live in.
Okay.
So, cause it's funny, we do play dates and stuff with Carter, and I remember my girlfriend was asking Carter's dad, like, Dad just moved. He's like, oh yeah, we live in Lake County. I'm like, we're not gonna stalk you at your fucking house. It's Lake County's a vast place. That's a vast answer to what we were asking. Like, and we had approached them before, like, we gotta move on. Where y'all moving on to? What we gonna do? Our boys are pretty close.
Yeah.
And he's just like, we don't know. I'm like, we're trying to keep this together for them, and y'all live like not far from us and stuff like that. Because originally they live like around the corner, but now they live like somewhere else. And we tried, but yeah, I'm not gonna say like they're dicks or nothing like that, but like they made it more difficult than it had to be.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna be like, hey, guess what? We're here at your house. But so that's one thing. And then him and Emery are going to be separated. And then that was another conversation I had with my girlfriend. Like, they're not going. This is over for them. Like, when you get to school, you'll get to see your brother, but you probably won't be able to physically sit with your brother at the lunch table. That might not be allowed.
Yeah.
Or like on a school bus, you might have assigned seats. Or like the only time you're going to see them is at home, really now. For the rest of their life. Like, this is them separating. They can't like buddy up no more. Emery can't beat up other kids from Anthony no more. That is over. And I had a realization, like, it hit me. Like, I was washing dishes or making dinner or something, and like Emery and Anthony are fussing, and my girlfriend was like, y'all stop it, y'all brothers. I was like, wait a minute, stop, don't say that to them. They're not gonna get along until they're 18. Just let them fight. What is uses we like? Why do we keep on? I'm not forcing this no more.
Yeah.
Like, they gonna be doing their own thing for the rest of their life now. Like, until they're ready, there's nothing we can do about it. So Anthony's abs are getting stronger, but he's still no match for Emery. Emery is like, he might not have the reach yet, but he's definitely he's a heavyweight contender. Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, it was like we went to DC and they played together like a motherfucker. Like, they're in the hotel room running after each other, playing with each other. They get home, stop following me. But it's it's the beginning of a new chapter for everybody.
It just blows my mind with them having conversations.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen them in a while, and when I saw them, they weren't really talking.
Yeah, they don't. Well, Emery, I think by the end of the year, I was just thinking this because, like, Christmas is coming up, and like Anthony, he likes this, he likes this, he likes. He's really into Toy Story right now, so get him some Toy Story stuff. But then my girlfriend's like, get Emery a Power Wheels. I'm like, you can't. Well, okay, yes, we can buy Power Wheels in December, but is he gonna ride it? He has a birthday actually in the summertime. Let's buy it then. So I know he'll be asking for stuff pretty soon. Mm-hmm. And like 3 is the year where you're cognitively alert. Like, kids, that's when they finally get all their shit together. So by December he'll be almost there. Like, he talks, he does still say no for a lot of stuff, even though when he means yes. Like when you open up the freezer, he still thinks that's hot. He has things together, yeah. But he's not like he'll still say some shit that's like, that's not right, Emery. That's not right. But yeah, he's getting there. We gotta do something soon so you could.
I haven't seen them since last June.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. Like, yeah, we gotta get together and do something. But it's way different. Like it's a day-to-day thing where they pick up stuff and they regress and progress and all that stuff all at once. So I'm not looking forward to the booty jokes when Anthony goes to school, because I remember like other like cousins and nieces and nephews. That first year is where the booty jokes come in, and they get gross and do all sorts of stuff. And I was like, you're picking up habits from these other little kids that I don't like. So we're gonna have to see how it goes. And We're taking them school shopping, like to get you pick out your supplies, your little pencil case, maybe a book bag. Like I said, I think I'm more excited about the next
letting them
shopping.
pick what they want, like rather than picking what you want based on price.
Yes. Overtime helps with that. But he'll get to pick his pencil case and his book bag.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like my grandmother was pretty chill about that kind of stuff. Like, we would go out and I would pick like the stuff I wanted.
Yeah.
But like, I never went for anything crazy. But like, I did have the freedom of like picking like my backpack and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yep. I've maintained pretty much like I don't care what you get. Problem is like Lily will be like, oh, but look at this crazy cat photo. I'm like, that's fine. That's a piece of shit photo that's not gonna last you but like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a cat playing the guitar ain't the best option always.
When you get this 5-star, and I get it, it's not as unique. It's just a color, but it will get you through a longer period of time.
Yeah,
and it's a better build, better quality piece of office supplies.
Yeah, Walmart is really good at selling like flashy shit that's cheap.
Yeah,
like and it's usually inexpensive. But it's like, I know you like the way this awkwardly looking Incredible Hulk with only one big muscle looks, but let's buy something that's going to help us throughout the year.
That's how I feel about like people get like cell phone cover, like the cases that are like shaped like things. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's gotta be real fucking awkward in your pocket, and like I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, but
like even like with Vanessa's thing,
like dudes don't rock them hoes.
Yeah, but she has a purse to put it in too.
Yeah,
but dudes that get like the phone case that flip on the side of their belt. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, you weird.
Also, she swapped it out because what'd she say about that phone? I don't know. It was something about it where she was like, it become a bit too cumbersome for her. So she kept it because it's the cool little object in the art.
Yeah,
but she slapped.
Yeah, like on it. When we were going to the zoo in Toronto, or no, it was when we were coming back. I was having a hard time getting GPS signal, and I was in the navigator seat. So she passed her phone up, and I was like holding it. And I'm like,
how?
And I'm like, this is weird. I was like, and it's not like I was hating on the casing or anything, but it was like I could like touch it, and like it was almost like the phone was just gonna pop out at any second. Like it didn't feel like it was in there securely, and it was cumbersome and everything. Like I get it had flare, but it seemed like the flare was way outweighing like the usability.
Yeah, I mean, what's so funny about those cases? Like I remember. I was going to order one from Japan, like it was like a Wolverine one, which I don't know what happened with that on Amazon. I'm still fucking waiting. And
I don't know what you did order.
I think I canceled.
Is it like one of the ones that used to have an FYE?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But like those things only come in like mostly in Apple. They don't make Android cases like that.
Y'all both rock Samsung joints. I would think Samsung has 9 Galaxy phones coming out this year. I would think they have 9 phones that have the Galaxy naming convention on.
Well,
I would think y'all would have the most options for stuff.
We don't.
But
see, you got 9 options, but it's like, hey, they got the 9, they got the 9 Plus, they got the 9 Rugged Edition. Like it's 3 editions of the phone, but they're all varied in size.
Yeah.
So it's
and the cameras are always in like different spots, and the phones are different sizes and shit. That's a lot of phones to try and make accessories for, which you think in retrospect may actually make more sense for them to do that shit.
Yeah.
But like maybe they just don't want to pay the licensing for any of that shit either.
They didn't want to waste material, but like I was looking for a phone for my girlfriend last night, but then she's like, "Oh yeah, I do need a phone." I was like, "Stop looking at my fucking phone." But they got a Google Pixel now for T-Mobile.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I might be switching to Google maybe one day.
It's like 400 million Android devices out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, and I think it's like maybe 70 million iPhone devices out there. It's like, come on, y'all got the numbers. It's like they should be making y'all everything y'all want.
And maybe it's kind of like Betamax and VHS. I mean, Betamax was better, but VHS still won.
Can't call it. Well, what time? Tell me out. Apparently it's time to go. No.
48 minutes?
No, more actually.
Actual time.
2:15.
2:15.
So, we gonna wrap it up and stick a fork in it, my peoples. But thank you for listening. Thanks for joining us and enjoying us. I hope you enjoyed us. You know what I'm saying? We do this every week, and we'll try to keep it up as we slide through. We got all kinds of shit in the works for our patrons, man. Y'all just don't know.
And please leave some feedback, because we're gonna actually dictate after we come up with some additional material what we keep and what we continue on based on feedback.
Yeah. So you're gonna get some pilots here sooner than later, and you let us know what you think and what you enjoy, what you don't, please and thank you. If you want to get in on this pilot season, I might suggest you get in on that Patreon. It has got 3 tiers, and well, you don't really give you nothing at the dollar tier, but maybe we can figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give a crisp internet high five.
Internet high five.
Yeah, you get $1, you automatically get a follow. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
We probably already following them. Well, I'm not. I might.
Anyway,
I follow close to. I mean, I don't even know how many followers or how many people follow me at this point.
well,
Like, so I tweeted out something and then I was like, oh, somebody liked my tweet. I was like, do I follow this person? Should I follow him? I was like, nah, that's okay.
well, that's Tatum 216. It's Lunchbox 2099. You don't understand. Well, I don't know why I'm pointing. I just do. I have going at it, people. I am the Internet Stable 713. You have just been podcasting. I know you loved it.
And listen with classic rock.
Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.